Yeah, what's good? Back reporting live from the plaza. I'm not gonna lie, to jump on this one quick, Jonathan Majors just done the interview today, and it's the first time he spoke out on this situation for a while, but boy did he drop some gems. Now I'm not gonna lie, this is one of them interviews that you gotta listen to what he's saying. You know, he's a clever guy, so when he's answering the questions, he's answering them in a specific way. You just gotta listen, you just gotta tune in, listen closely to what he's saying. So yeah, he broke down, how he felt with this case. He broke down how he feels about his ex. He broke down about how he felt about the court case. He just broke everything down, and it's crazy how they're doing your boy. Now, one thing that I found interesting from this interview, he said, listen, I didn't feel like I needed to do a witness statement because I felt that the evidence I had was compelling enough. So what he's basically saying is, look, I got the footage of the girl chasing me. I've got marks. She's got a couple marks, but I've got marks. And I've got the story that she tried to do this and that. And I can corroborate everything. So walking into a court with those facts, listen, this is a done and dusted case. That's how he's thinking. On top of that, everyone's forgetting he's dropping his lawyers the bag. Think about it. He was in a couple Marvel films. Look, I know he's not getting top dollar, but he's got the bag around him. So for this case, that's going to protect how he's viewed in the public, he definitely dropped the bag. So with the evidence he had, he thought there's no way this could go wrong. But once again, Hollywood shocks us. And, this is a similar case. I'm not going to lie, this case mirrors Tory Lanez. What is it that Hollywood has against black actors or black entertainers or black men in general? Obviously this comes on the heels of the Cat Williams interview, which I've dropped a couple videos on. But what's going on there? He made another good point. If the roles were reversed and she was running from the car and he was chasing her, he would be dead right now. Now I need to see in the comments if you agree with that, but that's what he's saying, and if you listen closely to the interview and some of the stuff he's saying, what he's basically saying, I'm going to put you on game, what he's basically saying is they backdoored him. Hollywood backdoored him, the industry backdoored him, and the other group of people, they backdoored him. Now the reason why they backdoored him, we don't know why, but for some reason, this girl, she somehow managed to, like I said, he probably had a strong legal team, he had strong evidence. This girl who we barely hear from, we haven't heard from her, she's not a big star, and she's managed to overcome him on the case, and she didn't have no evidence similar to, Jonathan Major's evidence. I mean, she had a couple texts and things like that, but nothing conclusive. For me, the video evidence, that should have been, when you pull up to court, you want to have your main thing. Like, okay, there's texts, there's this and that, there's stuff that's swaying it back and forth, but look, I got this. This shows you what went down that night. Do you get what I'm saying? This shows you, this matches up with my story. And, she didn't have nothing like that, I don't think. She had a little text, and I think he was kind of apologizing in the text and whatnot and saying he shouldn't have done certain things, but, people ain't silly. They know that could be for anything, but yeah, it's crazy. He's got backdoored. So when I was first watching this case going on, and when I was seeing how they was giving Jonathan Majors a lot of looks, a lot of different films and whatnot, I'll be honest, I didn't really care. But then when you start to look at it closely and you think, this guy, if you look at footage of him, on YouTube, if I'm being honest, he don't really seem like a bad guy. But I know you can never just guess. You can never just look at things and take that opinion, but he don't really look like a bad guy. And it's crazy how, I think I'm the same as everyone. We just looked at him and like, this guy looks a bit strange. Why is he pouting in all of his pictures? He's not, pause, but he's not no super attractive guy or whatever. So why is he just being thrown in our faces? That's how I felt. But let's go back to the Cat Williams interview. Just how quick they can give it to you. They can give it to you, they can make you, they can break you. So for some of these plants, I'm going to say plants. Let's keep it real. Jonathan Majors is a plant. Not to say he didn't grind, but he's a plant. Some of these plants, this is the risk you take. If you go and play their game, as soon as you do something wrong, you're out. If you're self-made, if you got that self-made element to you, stuff like this can't happen. You might say, you know what, Marvel, what, you're not rocking with me? I'm gone. He couldn't do that because he was fully subscribed to the industry, which is something that Cat Williams isn't, something that Kanye isn't, and some of the other guys that I mentioned. But tell me what you think about this case, because this one's a crazy one, and it's going to be hard for him to bounce back. But I think it's similar to the Tory case where he got found guilty, but I think the people know that this doesn't make any sense, and I'm not going to look at him like a woman beater because it don't make sense. I don't feel like the public has, made him guilty. I think the courts have made him guilty, but the public haven't made him guilty, and I think they feel sorry for him. So I think he can bounce back, but let's keep it real. It might be a tubby thing. He might be, a couple series. He might end up in a little power or something, little BMF, little bit part role. He's just gonna have to build his rep back up again. But it's crazy, and it's even crazy when you look at some of the other people in Hollywood that have had these big scandals, and they still do their films no problem. Now, if this is the new precedent Hollywood is setting, then fair enough, we're gonna just have to look and just see how it goes. But once again, we can't tell Hollywood where to spend their money because they're spending the money. So if they want you out, you're out. And that's why, unfortunately, people from the culture, you need to definitely work with more people from the culture, because all of this stuff is just not working anymore. And to the ex, to the ex, Grace, I believe, I haven't got a last name around me right now, but Grace, crazy, man. Look, like I said, re-watched the interview a couple times. Your boy got backdoored, and it's clear that someone got to Grace and they was behind her, and she's gonna get that support. And when she does do her interview, I can guarantee you it's going to be on some major platform. It's one of them interviews like Oprah will probably come back for. She's going to be on one of the major platforms, and she's going to be playing the victim role heavy. And we need to just, I don't know, man, we need to just dead it. So, like I said, we need all of these blog pages, Shade Room, and, all Neighborhood Talk, whoever, all of them pages. You need to start supporting the guys, man, because the guys are getting done dirty by the normal media. We're controlling social media right now, so we need the support. The man them need the support on social media. We don't need you antagonizing and doing the same thing mainstream media is doing. That's my opinion. Certain people are going to be mad I posted this, but I'm just reporting live from the plaza.